Then I'll be taking the frames with swing. Okay, those two types of problems I'll be dealing with. That is the with using moment distribution method. Meanwhile, I will also make some videos. Instead of these online classes, I will also make the videos of moment distribution method of a few more examples, and I will upload it on my YouTube channel, and I will send you the link of that. But meanwhile, we will continue with our as usual online classes as it is. Okay, right. Now let me take this numerical example here. So we have to draw the shear force diagram and the bending moment diagram for this example using moment distribution method, and the EI is constant. Now let me examine the beam, what kind of beam it is. So it has two spans. Actually, it is having three spans. That is span AB is 6 meters without any loading. Span BC is 9 meters with 10 kilonewton per meter load, and span CD is overhang. Okay, with 4 meter span, and there is a 30 kilonewton load which is acting at point D. Okay, just let me put on the recording. Okay, yeah. So now we have span BC uh, with load of 10 kilonewton per meter, and span CD is actually overhang. Okay, if you see at D we don't have any support, so span CD is actually overhang, and there is a 30 kilonewton point load which is acting at the free end. Now we have to deal with this, and we have to proceed with the moment distribution method. Now, as usual, we'll start by calculating the distribution factors. But before that, what I will do, this is one simple extra thing which is coming, that is overhang. So how to deal with these overhangs? It is very simple. What you have to do is, let me just do that. See here, I will draw this overhang again here. Okay, so this side it is continuous. So I have a roller support here, and I have a 30 kilonewton load which is acting here. Okay, 30 kilonewton load which is acting at point D. So this is your support C, and this is the point D. So what we usually do is, in case of overhangs, we try to just fix this. Okay, we try to fix this, and this 30 kilonewton load is acting as it is, and this is 4 meters. Okay, so once you do that, this is 4 meters. Once you do that, so what is the moment caused by 30 kilonewton at this point? Can anybody tell me? What is the moment caused by this 30 kilonewton at this point? That is at this point. How will you calculate that? Assume that it is a fixed support. So what is the moment caused by this 30 kilonewton at this point? Yes, anybody?
30 into 4.
Yeah, it is simply 30 into 4, which is 120 kilonewton meter. But that moment is acting in which direction? It is actually acting like this. Do you agree? Okay, it means it is actually a clockwise movement. Okay, that is 30 into 4, 120 kilonewton meter. So at the fixed support, there should be a reaction to counteract that 120 kilonewton meter. So at this fixed support, the moment will be like this, 120 kilonewton meter. Do you agree? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So once it is done, it means I can call this as fixed end moment CD. I can call this as fixed end moment CD, which is equal to 120 kilonewton meter, and it is in the anti-clockwise direction. So we have to take care of this while writing in that moment distribution table, and I will tell you how to do that. So whenever there is a overhang, you have to find this fixed end moment, okay, and you have to take this in the moment distribution table. Now your beam will be having only two spans, that is span AB and span BC, but at C there is a fixed end moment from this side because of 10 kilonewton meter, and there is a fixed end moment because of this 30 kilonewton overhang. Okay, 30 kilonewton point load which is overhang. Okay, so these two moments we have to take care while writing the moment distribution table. So I will just tell that when we come down to that one. But before that, let me start by calculating the distribution factors. So I will calculate first the distribution factor at B. Okay, so I will write the formula. Distribution factor of component BA I will calculate first. This is equal to, in the numerator, it should be the stiffness factor of the component for which we are finding distribution factor. So we are finding the distribution factor for component BA. So in the numerator, it should be KBA divided by summation of stiffness factors joining at that point. So how many components are joining at B? KBA and KBC. So KBA plus KBC. So what formula you will use for KBA? Will you use 4 or 3 EI by L? Which one you will use? 4 EI by L or 3 EI by L? Yeah, 4 EI by L, because if you see the second letter A is a fixed support. So in case of fixed supports, we always have to use 4 EI. So it is 4 EI over 6 divided by. So this will also be 4 EI over 6. Now, once you come down to KBC, C is actually roller support. OK, so in that case, you have to use 3 EI by L or 4 EI by L. You have to actually use 3 EI by L. OK, so I will write 3 EI by 9. OK, so don't think that this C we have made it as a fixed, so I have to use 4 EI by L. Originally, it is a roller. OK, but also you can say that, sir, it is an intermediate support. So why should not I use 4 EI by L? No, because it is not an intermediate support. We can call it as an intermediate support only if after this there is one more support, then only I can call it intermediate support. Now, if you see B, OK, after B there is a C, so I can call B as an intermediate support, but I can't call C as an intermediate support. It should be called as an end support only. So, and we know that for end support, which is a pin or roller, we have to use 3 EI by L. So if you calculate this one, so you'll get distribution factor BA as 2 by 3. OK, you'll get 2 by 3. So how will you calculate distribution factor BC now? So it is simply 1 minus
2 by 3.
Yeah, 1 minus distribution factor BA. OK, which is equal to 1 minus 2 by 3. So I will get distribution factor BC as 1 by 3. Are you clear, students?
Yes.
OK, right. So once that is done, now I have to move on and draw the moment distribution table. So what I will do, I will just keep this part somewhere else so that it will be easy for me to write down the moment distribution table. OK, let me keep that. So I will draw the table now. So you have to draw the vertical lines exactly below the supports. OK, so this is below A. This one is below B. This one I will draw below C. I will not draw anything for D because now I'm neglecting that overhang portion. OK, because I have found that fixed end moment already. Then you have to draw this horizontal line. Then above this horizontal line, what you will be writing? You will be writing the distribution factors. I told you at these supports, the distribution factors will be 1. So no need to write, or you can write it. So KBA, we found it as 2 by 3, which is 0.67. And this is 1 by 3, which is 0.33. OK, and at C also the distribution factor will be 1. So next you have to write what? You have to write the fixed end moment. Fixed end moment here will be 0, 0, because you can see span AB is not having any load. So the distribution factor, the fixed end moment will be 0. And here the fixed end moment, how will you calculate the fixed end moment for this one? That is WL square by 12. So this side it is minus W, that is 10 into 9 square by 12, which is coming out to be minus 67.5. And this side it is plus 67.5. OK, we also found the fixed moment CD. Okay, we have also found the fixed moment CD, which is 120, and it is in the anti-clockwise direction. So I should write it as. Are you clear with this moment?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? Yeah. Yes. Any doubts?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, I will move to my first cycle. So in the first cycle, the first step is balance and distribute. Okay. So will you balance this 0? Theoretically, are you supposed to balance this value? Theoretically, are you supposed to balance this value?
No, sir.
No, because A is originally fixed support, so you should not balance that. But you need to balance these two. Okay. And will you balance this one? Minus 67.5 plus 60, sorry, plus 67.5 and minus 120. Will you balance this one?
Yes.
Yeah, so you have to underline these two also, right? Now the net moment at B is minus 67.5. To balance that, how much you will apply? Plus 67.5. So plus 67.5 into 0.67, you'll get plus 45.22. Okay, I will explain once again. The net moment at B is minus 67.5. To balance that, you have to apply plus 67.5. But how will you distribute that plus 67.5? So plus 67.5 into 0.67, you will get plus 45.22. So plus 67.5 into 0.33, you will get plus 22.3. Okay, then here. So plus 67.5 and minus 120, you will get the net moment as, I'll just calculate 67.5 and minus 120. You'll get the net moment as minus 52.5. Net moment you're getting minus 52.5. So to balance that, you have to apply plus 52.5. How will you distribute that? So plus 52.5 into 1 is plus 52.5. Sorry. So are you clear, students? Are you clear with this step?
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah. So next, second step in the first cycle is carryover. So will you carry over from B to A? Yes or no?
Yes,
Will you
sir.
carry over from
Yes,
B
sir.
to A? Yeah, you have to carry over because A is a fixed support, so you have a freedom to carry over. So plus 45.22 divided by 2, you will get plus 22.61. Okay, nothing to carry over from A to B. It is 0 here, nothing to carry over. So don't worry about that. So will you carry over from B to C?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Yes or no? Will you carry over from B to C?
No, sir.
No, why not? I will just open that points to remember. Where is that? Yeah. How you have to carry over, where you have to carry over, where you should not carry over. All those things I have written here. And there is some problem with this. I told you why you should not actually you should not carry over from B to C. Why? Because from B to C, if you carry over, if you see C is a roller support and it is an end support. So I told you always to the end support, you should not carry over whenever it is an end support. And if it is an fixed, sorry, if it is an pin or roller support, and if it is an end support, you should not carry over. So from B to C, carry over is not possible. But will you carry over from C to B?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
C to B you can carry over. Why? Because B, even if it is a roller support, but it is not an end support, it is an intermediate support. So you can carry over. So plus 52.5 divided by 2, you will get plus 26.25. Plus 26.25. Okay, so this actually completes your first cycle. Now let me come to the next cycle. Second cycle, first step, once again balance and distribute. So will you balance this? Plus 22.61. Will you balance this one? Will you balance this plus 22.61?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
See
sir.
carefully. Will you balance this plus 22.61? Carefully see what is the
Yes.
original support. Original support at A is fixed. So originally it is fixed. So you should not balance that. But will you balance this plus 26.25?
Yes.
Yeah. So then you have to underline this one. Okay. So the net moment is plus 26.25. So to balance that, you have to apply minus 26.25 and you have to distribute that. So minus 26.25 into 0.67, you will get minus 17.58. Minus 26.25 into 0.33, you will get minus 8.66. Are you clear? Okay, nothing to balance here, nothing to balance here. So don't worry about that. So then go to the next second step of second cycle. So you can carry over from B to A. So minus 17.58 divided by 2 is minus 8.8. So you should not carry over from B to C, but nothing to carry over from C to B. So just stop here. That is your second cycle is over. Now, if you move on and try to start with your third cycle, balance and distribute. So can you go for third cycle or you have to stop here only?
We have to stop.
Stop, sir.
Stop.
Yeah, you have to stop because nothing because you should not balance this and nothing is there to balance here. So don't do that. OK, so you have to stop here only. OK, then once you are decided that you have to stop. So just draw a horizontal line. OK, and do the summation of all these things. I don't know what is. Okay, meanwhile, you just do the summation. Yeah. So once you do the summation, so summation of this first column will yield you plus 13.81. Summation of this column will yield you plus 27.64. Okay, summation of this column will yield you minus 27.61. Summation of this column will yield you plus 120. And this is minus 120. And you can see summation of these two should be 0. Summation of these two should be 0. So and you're getting that one. So this moment is MAB. This is MBA. This is MBC. OK. This is MCB. And this is MCD. So are you clear, students, with these things?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt in this? Any doubt you have? Any doubts?
So
Yeah.
No, sir.
at
No?
starting a fixed and movement on 120 kilometers. No, sir.
Yeah. OK. No,
But in
no. See here. This is your overhang. OK. So this 30 kilonewton at C, it is actually causing a positive moment of 120 kilonewton meter. OK. But once you fix C, then the reaction will be minus 120 kilonewton meter because there is a positive moment. So to counter interact that, you have to apply the that is anti-clockwise movement of 120 kilonewton meter. So that's what we are getting here. So fixed moment CB, sorry, the moment MCB we are getting plus 120, but moment MCD we should be getting minus 120, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what we have got here. Okay, then only the point C will be in equilibrium. That is roller support C will be in equilibrium. So here also if it is 1 plus 120 and here also if you get plus 120, then the summation is not 0. It means point C is not in equilibrium. But then that is not the case, right? So for that purpose, so you're getting MCB plus 120. It means MCD you should get minus 120. That we are getting here. And you can see the summation is 0. Are you clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this was your doubt.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So any other doubts you have? If no doubts, let us move further and draw the shear force diagram and the bending moment diagram. So for that purpose, what I will do, I will take each span one by one. Okay, then only it will be easy for me to explain you how to do that. So I will take span AB first. Okay, so this is your support A. This is your support B. So span AB is 6 meters. Okay, then MAB, I'm getting plus 13.8. So I should mark it as a clockwise 13.81. MBA is also positive, that is 27.64. That also to mark it as positive 27.64. So no loading is there on span AB, so I will not worry about that. Then I will mark the shear forces. That is the assumption. Let me call this as VA upwards, and I will call this as VB left. That also is upwards. OK, so no loading is there. Now I will simply apply the equations of equilibrium and I will try to calculate VA and VBL. Calculate VBL. So to do that, I will take at 0, taking clockwise movements as positive. So VBL at A will actually cause an anti-clockwise movement. So minus VBL into 6. OK, this is a clockwise movement, so I should put it as plus 27.64. So VA will not come into picture and this movement is positive. So I should put it as plus 13.81. So nothing is there equal to 0. So if you solve this, let me check how much you will get. 13.81. OK, this divided by 6. So you're getting plus 6.9. So VBL, you're getting plus 6.90 kilonewtons. And you're getting plus and your assumption was positive upwards, so it is correct. So to calculate VA, simply I will take summation of Fy equal to 0, taking upward forces as positive. So VBL is upwards, so I will take it as 6.9 itself, and VA is also upwards, so I will take plus VA equal to 0 because no loading is there. So VA I am getting minus 6.9 kilonewtons. So what is the meaning of that? So VA you had assumed upwards. It is not the case. Instead, it is downwards. So VA is 6.9 kilonewtons, but downwards. So let me correct the marking here. So this is downwards, which is equal to 6.9, and this is also 6.9. Are you clear, students? Are you clear
Yes, sir.
with this? Yeah. So span AB is over. Let me move on and find it for span BC. OK, so let me draw that span BC. So this is your support B. This is your support C. And we also have a UDL. UDL is 10 kilonewton per meter. Okay. And this is 9 meters. Okay. And I will write the moments. So the MBC is minus 27.61. So I should write it in a anti-clockwise direction. So 27.61, and MCB is plus 120. So I should write it in a clockwise direction. So this is 120. I will assume some shear forces. So let me assume this and as upwards, and I will call it as VB right. And I will call this as say VC. OK. Once that is done, let me apply the equations of equilibrium. First, let me calculate VC. So to do that, I will take moment at B equal to 0, taking clockwise movements as positive. So VC at B will actually cause anti-clockwise movement. So minus VC. So this moment is clockwise. So I'll put it as plus 120. This UDL at B will actually cause clockwise movement. So I should write plus 10 into 9 is the load multiplied by 4.5 is the perpendicular distance. And this moment is anti-clockwise. So I should write it as minus 27.61. And VB right will not come into picture. So equal to 0. So if I solve this, so 10 into 9 into 4.5 plus 120 minus 27.61, you will get plus 497. So if you take on right hand side, it will become minus 497 divided by 9. So you'll get plus 55.26. So VC you will get plus 55.26 kilonewtons. And you're writing positive, it means your assumption of VC upwards is correct. Now let me calculate for VB right. So for that, I will take summation of Fy equal to 0, taking upward forces as positive. So VC is upward, so I will write 55.26, and 10 kilonewton UDL is downwards, so I should write it as minus 10 into 9. I will do. OK, this is the total load, and VBR is upward, so I will write it as plus VBR equal to 0. So if you solve this, you will get VBR as, so it is 55.26 minus 10 into 9. You're getting minus 34.74. So if you take on that side, it will become plus 34.74. So you're getting plus 34.74 kilonewtons, and your assumption of VBR of upwards is correct because you're getting a positive answer. So let me mark this here. So VBR is 34.74 and this as 55.26. OK. Are you clear, students? Are you clear with this step?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Yes, sir.
if I try to find it for span CD, CD is simple, no need to do any calculation. I'll just tell you how to do that. So this is your point C, which is a roller support. We have a point load which is acting at this point, which is 30 kilonewtons. OK, simply I will mark this as say VC right. OK, how much will be VC right? Can anybody tell me directly? What should be its value?
30 kilonewtons.
Yeah, simply it is 30 kilonewtons. OK, because downwards 30 kilonewton, it should be opposed by upwards 30 kilonewton. That's it. OK, for span CD, it is so simple. Then you have to see each span one by one and draw the shear force diagram. Let me draw that. So I will draw all the spans together, combined one. I'll draw all the spans together, combined one. Okay, so this is your point A, and say this is B, say this is C, and say this is D. Okay, right now. So VA is downwards 6.9. So you have to come down. OK, so you have to come down by 6.9. OK, so from A to B, there is no load, so it will go straight. OK, then VB left. VB left is how much? Upwards 6.9. OK, upwards 6.9. So you will come down once again to point C itself. Are you clear? So VA is downward 6.9. So you should come down from A to B. There is no load, so you should go straight. And VB left is plus 6.9. So you'll be end up with point B, which is 0. Then you have to see span BC. In span BC, VBR is upwards 34.74. So you should go up by 34.74. Now just before point C, the shear force should be plus 34.74 minus this 10 into 9. Minus this 10 into 9. So plus 34.74 minus 10 into 9, you will end up with minus 55.28. So you should come here minus 55.28. Now how will you join from this to this? You have to join using a straight line. OK, so this minus 55.28 plus VC, whatever you got upwards, that is 55.26. So you will end up with at C with the 0 value. OK, then at C, VCR is upwards 30. So you should go up by 30. So you should go up by 30. So from C to D, up just before point D, there is no load. So it should go straight. And at D, we have downward load of 30 kilonewton. So this plus 30 and this minus 30 will end up with 0. Are you clear, students? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
OK, so once you have drawn your shear force diagram. So shear force diagram. Let me draw the bending moment diagram here. OK, so this is your span A. This is B. This is C, and this is D. OK. All right. Now you have to see these moment distribution table. MAB is plus 13.81. Plus means it is clockwise. What you have to do? You have to fix B. You have to fix B and apply a clockwise movement of 13.81. So how the beam will bend? The beam will bend like this. So where is the compression side? Top or bottom? Where is the compression
Top.
side? Top. OK, so you have to put that 13.81 on the top side. To put that 13.81 on the top side. OK, yeah. Then if you see the shear force diagram, there is no zero shear force here. So you can directly calculate what is the bending moment at B. So it is simply the area of this shear force diagram. It is the area of this shear force diagram. So plus 13.81 and minus the area of this shear force diagram. Why I'm putting minus the area of this shear force diagram? Can anybody tell me?
Shear force is
Why?
negative.
Yeah, that negative shear force you have to take. So plus 13.81 plus 13.81 minus the area of that shear force diagram. That is area. How will you calculate? It is 6.9 into the span is 6. So you're getting minus 27.59. OK, and the same thing you're getting here. Can you see? Yeah, MBA is minus 27. Sorry, the plus 27.64. OK. So your bending moment diagram will be something like this. I will draw it directly. You can just cross check the things later. So it will be straight here. It will go down. And from here to here, it will be straight. So this value will be 27.5. And here you can see there is a shear force getting 0. So you have to calculate this distance using similar triangles rule. OK, and you have to add this positive shear force and get. So this peak I'm getting plus 32.7. This here it is 120. So this is positive bending moment, negative, positive and negative. So this is your bending moment diagram. Are you clear, students? Is this clear? Yeah. So I will put some. I will make some videos on the frames also. So meanwhile, we will also do some numerical examples in the online classes also. OK, right? So I will stop now. So are you facing any difficulty? You want to express anything? Any